Beating LaSalle is pretty important on the totem pole, I gotta be honest.
It's a thing for bragging rights, for sure.
Tradition, honestly, football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, whatever it is.
You know, the kids come into school every day. Truth, honor, and duty is the patch on their shoulder.
Everybody seems to really want to see that CBA LaSalle game. We always hope that LaSalle comes out on top.
It goes back a long way, 150 years of rivalry.
LaSalle and CBA are very close and similar in nature. We were founded by the same Christian brothers at or about the same years, one in Albany, one in Troy. So there was a natural rivalry that developed in part and parcel because the family was so close. It's kind of like fighting with your brothers in the backyard, you know, playing ball with your brothers in the backyard. You're going to fight tooth and nail. And you're so similar that you reflect the same values, and it matters an awful lot to you when you enter into a competition with those guys.
Well, I think first and foremost is the two LaSallian schools. You know, both with the same mission almost, both with really good academic and athletic programs. You know, there are Christian brothers presence in both schools. So it makes a lot of sense when you talk about rivalries that you have two very similar schools that are both very good for educational purposes, both very good for athletic purposes, both with LaSallian tradition, and both with Christian brothers' influence in both places. That, you know, there's going to be a rivalry there.
That's what's amazing about the rivalry. The schools are so similar, what they preach every day as far as discipline, leadership, religious values, and morals. Things of that nature make the schools so similar, and I think it really is something that sparks the rivalry, the fact that the schools are so similar in trying to teach and demonstrate the same core leadership values, both in the classroom as well as on the athletic fields.
I mean, I'm a LaSalle graduate, and I can remember back in the 70s where the entire school, okay, full dress uniform, CBA, full dress uniform, Bleecker Stadium, both schools marched in like Army and Navy, and that's imprinted in the back of my mind. So from the 70s on, my experience, it's been like that. There's just something about, you know, the two schools, two brother schools, okay, a lot of the same values. I think the kids get fired up.
Here comes Sherman. Quick shot, score! 3 in a row in this quarter for CBA. They've taken a 5-2 lead after the goal by number 8, Carter Sherman.
You know, we've had a lot of good success against LaSalle, so it's really, for us, it's a focus of saying this is LaSalle, anything can happen. In 2009, we lost here on our senior night. And that might have been because of a little lack of focus. We had beaten them earlier in the year without a lot of trouble. And when they come up here, we lost in double overtime to them. And because it was LaSalle. A lot of enthusiasm from them. And for us as a coaching staff, we have to remember, hey, this is LaSalle. I don't care if they've won every game or if they've only won one game. You know, they're going to come ready to play and to beat CBA. So it's always a matter of staying focused no matter whose record is better.
We prepare the same as we do all the other games, but when they pull up in the bus, you can feel the excitement start to come around. I mean, the kids start to feel the competitiveness start to roll in. The umpires come in. It starts to get competitive. You can feel it. It's a great tradition, and you get a little nervous. You get a few knots in your stomach for sure.
A lot of nerves. Of course, before every game you get butterflies, but that game, everybody's kind of looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be a big game. Everybody gets kind of nervous.
Everybody at LaSalle kind of plays up the whole CBA thing, and I love that. It really just brings back the history of LaSalle and everything that LaSalle and CBA both are supposed to stand for, and really everybody seems to really want to see that CBA LaSalle game. They always want each team to put on a good show, and we always hope that LaSalle comes out on top.
The locker room atmosphere is incredible. It's great, honestly. It's everybody's hyped up, everybody's ready to go because they know it's on the line. So the big rivalry, who's going to win that big rivalry? So it's really exciting. Everybody's focused, everybody's hyped up. There's a ton of emotion going through everybody's body and mind.
CBA LaSalle game, especially the last few years, it's always just a huge game. And of course, you always have your home, like the home team has their fans, and the away team fans always come to show some support, and then you get fans from all over that just want to see a great game. But it's always wild, it's always tight, loud.
It's intense. I think the kids always know that, you know, when we suit up against LaSalle, it's a different kind of game. I think, you know, you throw out the records and it's time to suit up and go play. And I think all of our kids are pretty good off the court. They get along with the guys. They go to several events with them. But I think in between the lines, our guys kind of have a different mentality. There's a little switch that flips, and you know, they know it's a big game, regardless of the time of year or the records or anything like that. I think they realize it's a big rivalry, and you know, it's always a big win if you can beat LaSalle.
Well, I mean, it started right when you walked in to the classroom. Teachers knew about it, the students knew about it, your parents knew about it when you were playing CBA, and that was the story of the day. That was the story of the week. Everybody liked to talk about it. Everybody liked to discuss it, ask about it. So it was on your mind all day, and you just kind of mentally got prepared for later in that day.
It was awesome. It was always, you know, you'd always have sellouts. We were fortunate. You know, for the most part, we were both, you know, pretty high up in the Big Ten each year we played, and you know, depending, you know, if we were having a better year than they were having, or vice versa, you could basically erase anything else that happened throughout the regular season, because like any rivalry, throw all that stuff out once you get between the lines, you know, jump ball or first pitch, you know, whatever it is.
Beating LaSalle is pretty important on the totem pole, I gotta be honest. You know, when any team is facing LaSalle, the electricity going through the school on a game day is amazing. It's almost like being on a college campus on the day of a big game. I remember being here back in '04 as a student, and if it was the day of the Sabre game, I mean, the day, it just seemed like it dragged on because all we were doing was looking forward to that game. And now as a coach and an athletic director, anytime one of our teams is facing LaSalle, that day's circled on the calendar.